to these two young men. One from the Free State in South Africa, the other one from Gauteng.
Here we go.
One's a southpaw as well, by the way. The big boy, the bigger, taller man, Jeff Magagane, southpaw.
Dithebe needs to put the pressure on straight away. He really does. He needs to work the gas tank here of the guy that has dropped down 2 weight divisions and see what he has in that reserves. I mean, again, Dithebe's the experienced fighter. He's fought for titles before, won titles before. Former IBF Continental African Featherweight Champion, former WBF Intercontinental Featherweight Champion. So, has been there, seen it and done it. And he's putting the pressure on. He's doing exactly what I said he needs to do, which is put the pressure on from the get-go. You can tell he is tough as Dithebe. You can already see that he's a tough guy. And Magagane's got a box this one. He really has. He can't get stuck in. He naturally is the bigger guy, but he looks quite small. His frame is very, very slight, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Taller, slightly taller, but it's just a pair of shoulders on him, really. That's all he's got.
He is very similar to Rarifa Randima in the fight that we saw against Prinsloo earlier.
But you can see that Dithebe has got nice combination punches.
Yeah, very experienced fighter, 30 fights. Very, very experienced. Yeah, I saw that from Magagane. He did step on the toe, and once he found the toe, he decided just to stay there.
Yeah. Yes, an old trick, southpaws. You've got to watch the feet. The southpaw, of course, leads with his right hand, and you can see his right foot. They normally pop inside each other, and they go alongside each other, their leading feet. But sometimes you do feel it under you, and you say, I'll tell you what, I'll leave it there and push down a little bit of pressure.
Good uppercut there as well from Magagane. Very good uppercut. Dithebe had his head down, and he landed a nice little right uppercut. He's lost to Nkosi twice, as Magagane. 3 losses on the record. No shame in losing to Nkosi. We've seen him here on Fox Sports. Very, very good lightweight, strong, big. Beat the young upstart Steve Bagwasi last time out on Fox Sports, so no shame in that. Which is why I'm shocked about the drop down in weight. I think, look, super feather could have been good for him, but look, if you can make feather and you can make it safely, then he's got to give it a go, and that's what he's doing this evening.
Yeah, first time going down to that weight. Sometimes a struggle, because you've got to make sure you can make the weight easy.
That's it.
Then you can build up after you've had your way in.
Yeah, no, correct. I mean, if you make it and then you try and stuff your face just to build yourself up, it's not going to work. If you can make it easy, and he did look good on the scales yesterday, then really and truly he should be the bigger guy in the ring tonight, but we'll see how it goes.
Dithebe,
very good first round.
Just shading that. I think that Dithebe just shading the boy from the Free State. Alan Tello.
Busy man Tello this evening. Very, very busy. I think he's had 4 or 5 fights on the card. It shows the stable that he's putting together in that Tello gym. Very, very good stable. All fighters, all different weight classes.
Very famous boxing family for those who are watching us outside of South Africa. Been around many, many years. Willie, Alan, his father, that's senior Alan. Morris was a promoter in his day, as well as being the trainer looking after the gym. Unbelievable. They were really, really a great family. I knew them all over the years in fighting in South Africa, and they were very good. And of course, they had the younger brother who was a world champion. So very, 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 very well-known Tello family.
Again, fantastic, really, really fantastic turnout here at the Carousel. And it opens doors for more big fights here, more fight cards here. They're right on top of us. I mean, if you get a chance to come here and watch boxing here, you really do appreciate it. You are right on top of the boxers, which is fantastic. Welcome everyone as well on Soweto TV, watching it on Channel 251. Always good to get new eyes on boxing, Barry.
Very much so, and well done Soweto Television for taking the advantage and opportunity to join us here on Fox Sports.
That's a great shot of the venue. It really is. It really is a fantastic venue. As soon as I came in, I was like, wow.
reminded me, and we both said it almost together simultaneously. One is a Bethnal Green, York Hall,
Exactly
Bars,
that. And look, these are the kind of venues where I think every boxer from South Africa's got to come through. I know they always want to fight at those big venues. You've got the Sun Arena, Times Square, and you know the Carnival City. But these are the venues. These are the breeding ground venues where you then eventually get the world champions.
And we're back here at the Carousel. This is 20 years and more since they last had professional boxing on here. So we've been well entertained by the Sun Carousel people, been really good. And I know the people who've been here, they've really enjoyed this. Is slugging
Both
match,
of them are really throwing
it.
big shots here, and Dithebe's getting the best of this. He's landing, look, and this is, it's weird because Magagane should be the bigger guy, but I look at Dithebe, look at the size of his back, and he just looks like the naturally bigger guy. He's the older of the two, he's the more experienced, and he's landing that right hand clean now. He's very upright, is Magagane, with no head movement. And he's almost taking away his advantages as well. What he's doing, he's crouching low. Doesn't need to do that. He can stand upright and pop that jab, just like he did there. Stand on the outside and pop the jab. When you're crouching low, you're almost removing your advantages. You've got the reach, you've got the height, use those.
He's moving after he punches, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
He's throwing and moving, throwing and moving. Now he's been cornered there. He's still just out of the corner. I thought that was when Dithebe was going to show him who's the boss there for a moment when he got him in the corner. Didn't happen. Look how he's come back.
He's a good boxer, this Magagane. He really is. He's setting up with that. He's setting up with that nice right jab. Almost goading now. He's enjoying it. He can't enjoy this too much, but he's enjoying it a lot. And the crowd are enjoying it as well. Obviously, he's got a massive traveling fan base with him. And they're enjoying this as well. Very, very good crowd for Magagane.
The Cheyenne Saloon, this bar is called, this area, this arena. I think it just reminds me so much of the American Wild West sort of arenas, doesn't it?
Honestly, I came in here, they were setting up yesterday, and it had that feel. I mean, there's bars at the back as well. Again, look, it's fantastic that boxing's brought back here, and I don't understand why there was such a long period, because it really is a fantastic venue. But fingers crossed we can have more Fox Sports venues here. This could be our new base, and it really is a fantastic base. I mean, if you ask every crowd member here, do you enjoy it, they'll tell you they love it, because they really have got a viewing platform they probably never had before. Remember, Tello Dithebe, apologies, has lost his last three, but all of those have gone the distance. So as much as Maganga's playing about here, even me and Dithebe's built to go the 12 rounds.
And here's the case, you're right, he mustn't play around, because a little bit low, but not really dangerous. I think it was a case of the referee just giving the instruction, be careful, that's all.
I almost expected Magagane to be good here. I'm more talking about the championship rounds. From rounds maybe 8 onwards, that's when the weight cut will show its effect if there was a problem. For now, I expect him to be flashy like this. I mean, I've seen him box before. He's a very good boxer. Look at that jab, very nice, rangy jab. Gets out of the way as well. I like him. I do like this kid. I really do. I mean, look, if he comes through here, I mean, he's a fantastic addition to the featherweight ranks. I mean, there aren't many featherweights that are going to be taller and bigger than him. So, I mean, he's making sure he steals all the advantages here.
It's quick too. He got out of that distance very quickly. It's almost been pinned into the corner.
Got caught there, got to be careful. Tried to open up on the ropes and got caught. Got to be careful. I mean, look, I understand he wants to fight to his fans. He's probably got people watching at home back on Soweto TV, but he's got to be careful. That's more like it. Get back on your jab. Set it up with that right hand.
Just a little warning from the referee, don't push. But it's only natural to do that.
There's a 10-second clapper, reminded by the referee as well. Another round for me for the young Jeff Magagane, who's making his featherweight debut today. Trying to win the WBA Pan-African featherweight title. He has, again, remember, challenged for the lightweight title, losing to Yandin Kosi by split decision, and he's decided to go a couple of weight divisions down, which is a bit strange. But look, if he can make the weight and if he can win, then it's a fantastic, fantastic decision.
Yeah, I think any boxer that can make the weight naturally without having to do too much is better off fighting at that weight. If you know you can get down by not doing too much, and you get under the weight, then that's the one to take. Because if you do that, you take that round, when you finish the weigh-in, you can move up.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Whereas there's nowhere to go if you only just make the weight underneath you. That's the problem. And you don't want to carry too much weight. And don't want to put too much weight on after the weigh-in. If you do that, you probably get bloated.
Yeah.
And the steaks that you've eaten are not being digested properly, so they lay in your stomach. You've got to be careful.
You've got to be careful. It is a thin line between trying to come in as heavy as possible and being comfortable. You want to be light on your feet, and you can clearly see that Magagane is being light on his feet here.
Yeah, very much so.
He's very, very loose. I mean, you compare it to Dithebe, who's very, very stiff. He's very, very loose as Magagane, very. Sometimes that's good, but sometimes it means he doesn't set his punches properly because he's always on the move. He might have to plant his feet a bit in this fight and try and land something stiff because Dithebe looks like he's not going away anywhere.
No, I don't think he is. I think he's shown the fact that he can go 12 rounds. He's been in a couple of title fights before. Knows he's well on good right.
Stick to the body as well. This is where he works his best. Every time he gets Magagane on the ropes, that's when he really works away.
Minutes to go in this, the fourth round, but Dithebe's got to do a little bit more work. Yeah,
he's got to. I was about to say that. He got up close there, and then he didn't do any work, and he only gets success when he gets up close. He can't afford the referee to break. He can't. He's got to get up close, and when he gets there, he's got to dig to the body. He's shaking out his arms already, which is a sign of tiredness. Starting to feed it in the arms a little bit. Good shot down the pipe, but that was a nice, strong right hand. That's what. See, this is where it needs to be. He needs to work here. This is where he does his best work, and that's good work from both.
He rode that well, though.
He did. He didn't really catch anything there. Obviously, the crowd went ballistic again, as they would. Again, gets their fight every time he lands. And again, I hope this doesn't influence the ref. We saw in the last fight, And we spoke about this in the last fight. Were those punches influencing the refs? And Gange got the decision. And I do think they did play an impact in the final decision.
You know, you get these fights when you suddenly start seeing them, and you start looking at the scorecard, or you look at your own scorecard, and you suddenly think, my word, it looks like a runaway fight that's suddenly happening here, when in fact it is so tight.
Yeah.
It is so tight. You just say, oh, maybe it was 1 point, or maybe it wasn't quite 1 point, but that sort of thing. So you've got to be careful when you're judging them. It's very difficult.
It is, it really is difficult. Especially, and you notice a lot of judges as well, you kind of feel like they may be influenced by the last 30 seconds. You forget the work that's been put in the bank for the first 2 minutes, and you only watch the last minute and see what's happened. Hence why so many fighters try and steal rounds in the last 20, 30 seconds. Arthur Abraham and Felix Stern, 2 German fighters, were famous for that. No work until the last 30 seconds, then really put the pressure on. Obviously, we saw heavyweights earlier. Obviously, the big heavyweight fight's been announced now. Anthony Joshua, Jarrell Miller. Anthony Joshua's first fight in America. I mean, interesting, right? Him going over to America at this stage of his career.
Big numbers, though. Chasing big numbers.
He is chasing those big numbers, you're right. Eddie Hearn reportedly said he could earn anywhere between $40 million
in his career.
For that fight.
For that fight.
For that one fight. Not bad if you can get it right.
Pay-per-view.
Will be pay-per-view. It will be shown on the zone as well.
Well, Eddie, of course, the Matchroom has done a good deal in America, hasn't he?
They have. That's nice. That's more like it. Again, planting his feet. Trying to set up with it. Look, trying to set it up. He's very confident, isn't he?
Very much so.
Yeah.
And the local crowd enjoying him. They like a little bit of showboating, don't they? I'm not always fond of it myself, but they do like it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always a bit nervous when I see young kids showboat, especially when early on in their careers, but sometimes you do play up for the crowd. And maybe that's just the style of fighting. Some people have that kind of style of fight and they watch people growing up. I mean, so many UK fight fans or UK early boxers try to copy the work of the likes of Prince Nassim Hamed. Worked for some, didn't work for others.
Of course, Eubank started all that many years ago.
It was the flipping over the rope and all the shit.
Done all that.
It was fantastic, though. That period in the early 90s was amazing.
Terrific stuff.
I feel like we're almost getting that here now. I almost feel like we're on this wave of young kids coming through in South Africa. Starting to see a lot more, maybe not even South Africa, but Africa in general. Starting to see some good young kids come through.
Oh, good combinations there. Magagane.
Yeah, it was a nice little 3-4 punch combination. Again, steal the round, that's what does it.
Steal it, yeah.
That's what you're going to remember. You're going to remember that combination, and that's enough for him to get another round in my books. I mean, if you're in the corner of Dithebe now, you might need to start thinking of ways to kind of turn this around. Just walking forward in straight lines and trying to land big shots isn't going to win you this fight now. You've seen that. The first 5 rounds have shown you that.
Oh, nice right there from Dithebe. Dithebe, interesting. Once again, you almost don't see them during the fight.
You don't, especially when it's slowed down like this. That was a good little cut. Look, very good right hand. And that's probably the punch that was better of all that little space there. Not enough, though, I don't think, to get the round. Round number 6. After this, 6 more, potentially. And a fight that looks like it might go the distance. Remember, it is a WBA Pan-African featherweight title on the line. A title that really does launch you in terms of getting you in the WBA rankings. And then once then, as you said, Barry, you have a couple of defenses, and then you can go onto the international circuit and give yourself a chance to really earn some good titles. Good jab, very sharp. And we spoke about earlier Ngange's jab coming back and then falling down. Not at all for Magagane. He really kind of ramrods that jab and bring it straight back. Very, very good boxer. Technically very, very sound. Good. Nice set up there. Turned all his body into that left hook as well. Very, very good. Again, I mean, I feel like Dithebe's running out of ideas. Landed a good little right there, but I feel like he's running out of ideas as Dithebe here. This is when it's going to get frustrating for him, when he thinks, okay, I can't quite work out this kid. Not that big a puncher is Magagane. Of his 10 wins, only 4 have come by knockout, but you do wonder if he might have a bit more power at the featherweight division. We haven't seen it yet, nothing really to deter Dithebe.
But he gets himself out of trouble very quickly. That's what I like to see.
Well.
Good
he uses the ropes well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he almost gets penned in and then he's gone. Elusive, very elusive off the ropes.
Look at that, again, steps to one side, and then he becomes the aggressor.
Turns his man round very quickly. Good to see.
He's almost just out of range all the time for Dithebe. This is very frustrating. Look, again, just out of range. Landing clean shots with Magagane. He's starting to enjoy this, hands down. Got to be careful.
Sadly, it looks like one-way traffic on the scorecard, but it's a good fight.
It is a good fight, and sometimes the scorecards don't reflect that, but you have to give it 10-9 to someone. And I mean, I've given a few 10-9s to Magagane. I've only given Dithebe 1 round and a share of one as well. I think I gave him the first round and then a share of round number 4. Apart from that, it has been one-way traffic.
That was interesting. He was holding his head. The referee did nothing about it. Holds the head and then just goes playing away at the body. But he was so confident, was Magagane, in fact, that he just didn't worry about it.
Yeah.
And they weren't real big punches either. That's what I was surprised at.
Here we are, round number 7, halfway stage now of this fight. It does look, I don't want to say comfortable for Magagane, but he is making it look comfortable. He's using all these tools here. Good shot there from Dithebe. Magagane couldn't get away, couldn't get out of the pocket quick enough, and that was a good shot from Dithebe. More of that's needed. And he's going to try and claw his way back because he is a very, very big deficit right now.
And he slipped in his own corner.
Again, better work from Dithebe here. Corner probably had a word that he needs to put pressure on here, and he's doing it so far in this opening minute of round number 7. Heavyweight division is a very, very hot division, not just in South Africa, but in the world in general. You look at the likes of Josh Warrington doing amazing things. Looks like he's going to fight Kid Galahad for his IBF title. So many good names in America as well. Oscar Valdez, Leo Santa Cruz, Gary Russell Jr. Very, very good division. And Jeff Magagane, he's trying to almost catapult himself into that mix. A win here and then a couple of other big wins, and you never know.
You know, we've said it before, you win a title in Africa and then defend it a couple of times, you suddenly get an intercontinental fight. You can launch yourself into this wonderful boxing career.
He's got to be careful with Magagane. I mean, look, he's enjoying his work a lot, but the hands are down. He's got to get that guard up tight now. He's shipped a couple of big punches here. Lands a good little left hand himself there to say that, but again, getting caught. Doesn't need to make this harder for himself than it is.
No, Dithebe certainly took the early part of this round, so now he's got a bit of work to do.
Good work there from both. I think Dithebe probably deserved that round. I thought he did more of the work.
I think in the early stages he came out with a bit more doggedness, a bit more determination to put himself back into the fight. Because I think, regardless of what you look at and think about it, he might have only been losing it by a fraction of a point every round. You're doing it, you're losing it.
Absolutely.
And certainly on the scorecard, it looks so one-sided, it's so difficult to come back. That's the problem.
And it does reflect bad on them. I mean, and I've seen some scorecards where it's 119, 109, and it's a close fight.
Yeah.
It's just like you've lost nearly every round, and that's the problem. But again, a lot better work from him here.
And of course, because we've got a lot of support locally, every time the local man throws anything, there's going to be a huge cheer, because Dithebe comes up from the Free State to fight here in Gauteng. Very quick on his feet. Magagane is very good on the ropes. I'm very impressed with the way he's fighting on the ropes. Gets off very quickly.
Yeah, that's a skill. Not many people know how to fight on the back foot. I mean, there are some good back foot fighters, but not many know how to use the ropes as well. And he uses the ropes to get away. He almost uses them to spring off and then move to the side. And it's good stuff. And you can tell he's always thinking about what he's doing. I mean, this is a guy that's been drilled well by Alan Tawil.
And from a southpaw point of view, it's often difficult, because what happens is you're inclined to go the wrong way. So he's obviously been well schooled by the Tello camp, because he goes to the right, which comes away from the right hand of the orthodox boxer.
That's a good point. You're right. Normally the southpaw would be almost walking into that right hand, and he's moving the opposite way, which is good. It's weird. Every time Dithebe looks like he's got a bit of success, Magagane always seems to fire back with something. Dithebe fighting out of the Kid Spider Boxing Club here. The trainer in the corner, Spider Moka.
A lot of instructions coming out of their corner as well.
I don't know how much of the instructions he's listening to, but there are lots of instructions. Good little body shot there. That's more like it. Good stuff there from Dithebe. Landed a nice little three-punch combination of his own. And again, we gave him the last round. This could be the long fight back, Barry.
Yeah, round 8. It's a long way to go.
And this is the round I was talking about. From this round onwards, the fitness and the weight cut, will it start to pay an impact on the performance of Magagane? It doesn't look like so far, but this is where we will start to find out if that weight cut was hard. Both of them swinging now. This is what Dithebe wants. He wants it to be a fight like this. The round for Dithebe, for me, I mean, it's getting interesting.
Yeah, fascinating. I was impressed by the way he just took the fight to the young man, Magagane. I think he just took the fight to him.
Yeah, that's what it was. I mean, again, we're not saying he landed anything super clean in terms of punches, but he was taking the fight. He was the aggressor. Look, he's always on the front foot here, look.
Yeah.
Good jab, though, that is by Magagane. Nice little right hand, sorry, left hand. Not moving his head as Dithebe. He's coming in, not moving that head.
A punch, good right.
It's weird, I'm watching the replay and I'm thinking, have I scored it wrong? I feel like I'm starting to see a little turn of a tide in this one now. I feel like Dithebe's landing, and he's landing cleaner shots here now. Again, I mean, we spoke about this in the build-up to the fight. He can go the distance. I have no worry about him going for 12 rounds. He's done it before. He's done it comfortably before as well. The question marks are always going to be with Magagane. How will he go? How will he handle the distance? He's done it before, obviously, at lightweight. How will he handle the distance at featherweight? So far, so good, but we still have 3.5 rounds left, and it's these rounds that decide titles. Nice left hand. Tries to tie up, which is a sign that he's maybe starting to feel the pace just a little bit, is Magagane.
Dithebe's now the one ducking and moving away quickly, whereas Magagane was definitely the man that was doing it earlier. In the earlier rounds, he was not standing in front of Dithebe, he was moving sideways. Now he's just standing there.
He's standing there, yeah, which means the legs are starting to feel it just a little bit. Again, still using the jab, still doing well. Not as much lateral movement as there was before. Got to be careful. He ducks really low and he got hit on the back of the head. And again, that's not really the fault of Dithebe's at all there. It's just how low Magagane went. Good shot there by Magagane. Knocked the head back of Dithebe. Not enough to win the round for me yet, though. I think Dithebe's done Much better work here so far in this round. It could be another round, believe it or not, for the Dithebe.
Alan Tello, I think, trying to encourage him to go back to his old ways of moving, jabbing and moving, jabbing and moving. But he's not standing in front of his opponent right now.
Yeah, I've actually got it even right now, Barry, on my scorecard, 96-96. Again, I mean, look, these rounds are close, and I wouldn't be shocked if it swings, I mean, a couple of rounds either way, but 96-96, and I feel like he's starting to let it slip a little bit, is Magagane. I mean, he had it comfortable, I think. I mean, we were, after round 5, we were saying this could be a shutout. Not anymore.
Round number 10.
Championship rounds. Remember, it's the WBA Pan-African featherweight title on the line here. It's the vacant title. Again, good work from the Dithebe, starting off this round strong, just like he's finished the last 2 or 3 rounds.
I think you can tell that he might be on top because the crowd's gone quiet.
The crowd have gone quiet. I mean, they are trying to amp up their man, but there's only so much a crowd can do sometimes. They almost feed off the boxer as well. They need something from him to keep going. Again, false injection is the Dithebe here. Nice little left hook from Magagane. The Dithebe tries to answer with a right hook of his own. Knocks the head back there though with a nice little straight jab. But the Dithebe lands another beautiful jab as well. Lands a nice little right hand. It's turned with it to Magagane, but again, it's a scoring shot. One-two down the pipe there for Magagane. A lot was blocked on the gloves of the Dithebe. Again, tries to almost force the action here, tries to put him on the ropes. See, before he was slipping out of the ropes, he's not doing it as much anymore. Good shot from the Dithebe. Magagange's not liking this anymore. He's fighting back, and that's what he has to do. He might have to sort of bite on that gumshoe and just fight here now. Last 30 seconds of this one, and this one really has got interesting. Both landed good shots at the same time, both heads rocked back. I mean, it's another round for me for the Dithebe. Not that he's doing clean work, but he's doing more work. That's what it's boiling down to right now.
I think it's been a fascinating fight, this. I think in the first 3 or 4 rounds, maybe even 5 rounds, it was like a runaway train with Magagane actually taking control of the fight. And in these last 3 or 4 rounds, I honestly think that Dithebe's come back.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked at Alan Terrell there, and I mean, he was comfortable for the first 4 rounds. He's very concerned now.
You know what? I was actually watching him during the fight, during the actual round just a few moments ago. And what you've just said, I was watching. I know Alan. I've known Alan for many years. And I'm now watching his face with concern on it. And I think Dithebe actually recognises the fact that he has got control of this fight. He keeps now taking it to the young man from Gauteng. And for those of you who are not too sure where Gauteng is, if you're watching us from outside the country, it's in Johannesburg area, you'd remember that. But the young man in the blue shorts, blue trunks, seems to be shading this slightly at the moment.
No,
for the
he
Free
definitely
State.
is shading this. I mean, every time he gets up close again, it's Magagane that wants to hold. He needs to... Look, he's throwing that jab. He stopped throwing his left hand. Look, he stopped throwing it. He needs to throw that left hand again. Look, he wants to hold when he's up close.
And you mentioned it a few moments ago. The lateral movement's gone.
It's completely gone.
He's now standing in front of his man rather than actually moving to the side. And already you're finding Dithebe with that extra professionalism in his work rate and his knowledge and experience in the ring. He's cutting the corners off now.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Beautiful shot there from Magagane. He does telegraph his shots, but again, it's his reach that allows him to get those shots off. Very, very scruffy round, this one.
He'd have been going sideways 2 rounds, 3 rounds ago.
Yeah, he's not spinning out anymore. That's a bit better there. He span out there, but again, it's just down to fitness, just down to fatigue. Last 50 seconds of this round 11. And to me, it's anyone's round here to win in this last 50 seconds. You win this round and it's a big thing.
Yep. The penultimate round is coming to an end again. And it's one of those, isn't
Good
it?
shots from Dithebe. Yeah,
absolutely.
Massive shots. Talking about trying to steal the round. He's definitely trying to steal the round. He looked at the referee there like, ref, come on, warn him. He's hitting me on the break. I mean, we've got it close at ringside. It's looking at your scorecard there, Barry. I mean, you've got it uber close. I've got it by a round to Dithebe. I think you've got the same. But, I mean, it could be the other way around, couldn't it, to be honest?
Well, it's tight and it's close. It just depends how much.
I mean, as long as I don't hear another 117, 110 scorecard, I'm okay.
Yeah. Right, here we go. 12th and final round, championship round it is to become the very new Pan-African WBA version of the featherweight title of Africa.
Yeah, it comes down to who wants it more now. I mean, it is a close fight. Who wants this more? I mean, Dithebe's lost his last 3. All 3 have been title fights by decision. He knows that feeling. He doesn't want that feeling again.
Good right there from Dithebe. Sure, the bit slippery over there.
Yeah, I'm shocked the referee didn't stop that actually there. You saw clearly saw the slip. And
look, Alan Tello, I'm just getting an eye on him in the corner. And he's saying, come on, fight. Let's go for it. You should see him shouting at him now. I think he's concerned.
Oh, big shot there from Dithebe as well. Rocked the head back of Magagane. Again, he's put his head down on that, and head needs to stop. He needs to bite on the gumption now and just fight.
Yeah, I think the corner's a little concerned because he's just not, he's got to come forward. Come forward, he's saying, Jeff, come forward. He's right, too.
They think he might be losing this one, which is interesting.
He's shouting to him to work. Work, Jeff, he's shouting, work, Jeff. And he's right. You can't dance around here, Jeffrey. This is the championship round. It could be yours if you win it. Otherwise, the boy from the Free State is going to take it away. At Kronstadt is where he's going to go home to great cheers and delight, I'm sure.
And I have him taking it away now in the last 90 seconds. Both of them are slipping again. A lot of water on that canvas.
I think he's coming off their shorts. They're actually soaked, those shorts that they're wearing. And the trunks are actually just, the water's just flowing off it. Even the crowd saying, Jeff, come on, come on,
Jeff.
Jeff.
From Magagane, though, landed some good shots. Every time he lands now, Dithebe wants to land big ones as well. They're right above us in the commentary booth, and you can see they're soaked. Their shorts are absolutely soaked.
Saturated. And the gloves, both those landed on the gloves. Good roundhouse punches, left and right, but landed high up on the gloves, not scoring.
50 seconds left of this, a very, very intriguing fight. We did say from the outset this would be intriguing, and it is. Both of these guys, it was almost a fight of two halves. Magagane owned the first half, definitely, the first 5-6 rounds, and then Dithebe's come back and probably won the next 5. Who's going to win this final one is the question.
Yeah, it's tight. There's no doubt about that.
Last 20 seconds. If someone lands something clean here, they could win the round. They win the round, they could win the fight. Magagane trying to land big shots and does land those big shots again on the ropes. Got to be careful. Nearly slipped there in the corner and then he got caught with the table. There's a lot of water on that canvas area.
Whoa, whoa,
and there
whoa.
we go. There we go.
This is edge of the seat stuff. You know that. It really isn't.
I mean, who did you give the final round to, Barry?
Well,
I'm asking you first.
I know what I've just said, but I think Dithebe actually did enough work for me. But I'm not never too sure on these things.
Tough fight to score.
Well, I've been wrong twice tonight. I feel third as well.
I've got it 116, 114, Dithebe. But, I mean, again, very, very tough fight to score.
Very difficult.
And that's how it should be. I mean, you are fighting for titles, you are fighting for Pan-African titles. This is the WBA Pan-African featherweight title. It shouldn't be that easy.
No, very much so. Nice left jab, that one. That's it. From a different angle. But now here comes Dithebe. It's one of those. It really is. It swayed backwards and forwards. I think in the end, if Magagane loses, I think it'll be because he didn't box. He tried to mix it from about the 8th round.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it went. He was boxing up until then, scoring the points up until then, scoring the rounds up until then, and then all of a sudden he started to try and mix it.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of showboating in the beginning as well, and I think that was his style. We tried to mix it, and he's mixing it with the wrong person. Dithebe might be naturally the smaller guy, but this is the guy that's fought and campaigned at this weight class and done well. And again, a good performance from him. Is it 4th time lucky for him, or does he go home having lost 4 in a row in 4 title fights? And it's a long way back from that.
Absolutely, very much so. And the point is with a fight like this, how many more fights do you want to be in, championship fights, and lose? That knocks your confidence.
Yeah, I mean, the motivation will go with it to really get up and do the road work and cut the weight. It's not easy.
No, very difficult.
This guy won.
So, we're waiting for the belt. I'm not who's going to present this belt. One wonders. I've got to find out. I'm not too sure who's presenting.
I mean, we were very, very wrong last time.
So in all, I think you've had a good, nice boxing. Let's put it that way. Let's look at what we've had on the agenda. We'll do a wrap-up in a minute for you, but I think it's been a good, nice boxing. We're now looking at time-wise, 11:30 at night in the casino and the Cheyenne Saloon, as this is known. And I think the crowd that came along tonight was a nice, rowdy crowd, and very, of course, to their own boxer, they gave them as much support as they possibly could. Well, I just looked quickly at the judges' scorecards. They have been decided, they have been added up, accumulated into a scorecard, and an interesting one. So I think the decision, we're waiting to see where that decision went and how it went too.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give both these fighters a tremendous round of applause. Before I read out the results, the belt will be presented by Lamiz Suleiman, who is the PR and promotions manager here at the Sun Carousel. Thank you for joining us at the ring. And now we go to the judges' scorecards after 12 rounds of action. And we got a split decision. Judge Stanley Christodoulou scores the bout 117. 111 Dithebe. Judge Wally Snowball scores the bout 115 113 Magagane. Pumeza Zinakile scores the bout 116 112 to your winner by split decision and the new WBA Pan-African Featherweight Champion 911 Jeff Magagane.
I'm not 116, 112 Magagane, 113, so 115, 113. Makes sense. They're not too far-fetched. No. I always like the right man to win, and I have to be honest with you, I thought Dithebe won that fight. I had it by a couple of rounds. I think